write some stuff down.
Well, last year, what they got here, what, 100, no, when CB East. When
Who's got in a suit down
Pet.
Oh, Mr. Willis, cheerleader.
Oh. All right. Here's some more stats. Need the stats. Back here.
You guys gonna come out next week? It's the last game of the year. Or not?
We're gonna put the rosters out. Where are the rosters at?
Here goes Central Bucks roster.
Tough game last week.
That's disappointing. I like that. Comes the Norristiown Eagles out onto the field, led by the seniors. Getting ready to kick off for the senior night here at the Norristiown.
Tonight looks to be some great football action, folks. Pretty dry day, windy day here. The seniors hope to end off on a good note this year. Seniors on offense, Greg Bird and Ken Witter, look to have some big plays to end their career at Norristiown on a big note.
Very good. Like you said, it's a very good night here for football in Norristiown. The weather's nice and cool, brisk, clear.
Good night for football.
Perfect night. Which could be like this all the time. Color guards coming out on the field, getting ready for the singing of the national anthem.
The national anthem will be sung by Norristiown area high school's cheerleaders.
Please rise for the presentation of the colors by the Norristiown Area High School Army Junior Honor PC, and remain standing for the playing of the national anthem, which will be sung by Meredith Johnson, Elizabeth Kenny.
National anthem sung by the cheerleaders Meredith Johnson and Alyssa Kenny. Good job. Now we're waiting for the captains to come to the center of the field so we can get the coin toss and see what direction we're going.
The visiting captains For number 8, Rob Campbell. Number 33,
Seniors all come out to the center of the field for the coin toss.
55, Mike Christian, for Norristiown, we have number
Captains for Central Bucks South is number 9, Kevin Fitz. Number 33, James Bowes. Number 65, Mike Cristinzio.
Seniors for Norristiown. Number 17, Ken Winter. Number 9, Joshua James. Number 8, Tyrese Barker. And number 5, Greg Bird.
Norristiown in their full blues. Central Bucks South in their whites. There's the coin toss. Tails never fails.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Central Bucks South is going to receive in the west end. They're going to be headed from left to our right up here in the booth.
Norristown's defense is going to be coming on the field. Norristown has a very strong defense. One of the best defense in the area, according to the newspapers.
Yeah, they've been holding up well, especially against a lot of the tough run games here. They held the
Brandon Perone from William Tennant a couple weeks ago. The kid was averaging about 270 yards a game. They held him to 120.
and they also did good against Solderton's 3 running backs. They held them, did pretty good against them. They scored some points. So we're going to see how they can do tonight. Central Bucks South doesn't have too strong of an offense. They were supposed to have one of the strongest quarterbacks in the league, according to the Philadelphia Inquirer. He's struggling a little bit this season, but we're going to look for him to have a good game, coming off a big win last week.
With the Central Bucks district, most of the kids get split up, which eliminates like their chance of going to back, like being dominant like they were in the late 90s.
Exactly. Central Bucks South School isn't even open yet. Their school is due to open in January of 2005. They had a lot of construction delays building the school, so they're kind of in between schools right now. They're still at their respective schools that they started at.
Back need to receive number 1, Mike Finnegan, and number 5, Chris Pfeiffer. Off to kick the ball for Norristiown, number 41, Jocko Stalvin.
Short kick goes out of bounds. They're going to get it at the 35.
Costly mistakes by Norristiown.
The 30-yard line.
Norristiown starting off on a bad note, giving up yardage on the kickoff. Look for Norristiown to just gang tackle in the game. Norristiown, they like to get out the receiver, get out the running back, and just punish them.
Yeah, they have that swarming defense. As soon as they see the ball getting pitched out or handed off, they flock to it. So let's see how they start off here.
1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. Central Bucks South comes out in shotgun formation. Play action on the play.
Short pass, drop the pass.
And complete the number 30. The pass was intended to John Gibson. John Gibson is a sophomore, so they'll have him for 2 more years. This year is like just getting experience at the receiver position. So next couple years, you might see Norristiown. He might do even better than he does today.
Okay. Quarterback lines up in their center. 2 men in the backfield. Hands off goes number 33, James Bowes. Gets maybe 2 yards on the carry.
See that? Norristiown gang tackling him in the play. That's something they just got to do. Stop the running game. Everybody flocks to him.
Sir,
You got a yard on the play.
how do you get my tape? I don't, trust me, I don't want my tape. How are you?
It's about 3rd and 8 on the play. Norristiown has to, Central Bucks South has to get to the 45-yard line for the first down. Central Buck West, South likes to run the shotgun.
Number 10,
All the time in the world.
And again, the number
Tackle
30.
down around short. Tackle at about the 41-yard line. Still short of a first down.
John Gibson on the reception. Number 30. Looks like they're pretty much going to number 30. John Gibson looks like one of their strong receivers on the team. It's about 4th and 3 on the play.
Kimmel could be a play breaker. We've seen him break a couple before, so see what he can do. Start the Eagles off with some good field position. Nice punt. Receives it at about the 21-yard line. Breaks a tackle. Guts it up the middle. Flag on the play. Down to about the 35-yard line.
Nice run by number 2, Jerome Kendall.
It's important to make that first guy miss down there. Pick up an extra couple yards by making that first guy miss.
Jerome Kendall, he's a sophomore, so he's a good track star too. We're gonna have him.
Looks like they're marking it back a little bit. See what the call is.
Costly mistakes is costing Norristiown
Going
so
way
far.
back. Looks like a hold. Goes back to the 20. So a good run. Brought back 10 yards.
Gives them an average play on that. 1st and 10 from Norristown's 20.
So again, Minnick and Witter split. Witter down at the bottom of the screen. Handoff goes to Bird. He fumbles the ball.
Greg Bird fumbles on the play.
Norristiown still has it.
Norristiown just can't get out to the can't let the penalties get to them today, or they'll just cost them the game. The past couple weeks, turnovers costing Norristiown the game. They should have won.
Well, that he's not here, and that there was supposed to be
Still trying to see who's got the ball down the bottom there.
none of us.
It was a pretty
Norristown's
good.
waving they have it. Central Buck South's waving they have it. Yep. Norristown comes out with the ball. We're going to get a spot. Looks like it's going to be a first down. So it's 10 yards, pick up on the play. Brings it out to the 30. Yeah, it looks like the 31-yard line.
Pretty
30
good
and a
run
half.
by Greg Bird. Just a fumble. They were lucky enough to get that one back.
It's a good play on first down. Line up an I formation.
Number 45, Vermont Pierce.
Number 5, Greg Bird with the carry.
For
Picks
about
up
a gain of
about
one. Look for Greg Bird to get between 20 and 30 carries a game. Norristown's main back, and they have a couple other backs they like to give it to for like a couple, 2 or 3 carries for the other running backs. But their main weapon is Greg Bird. Greg Bird last week eclipsing the 1,000-yard mark for the season.
Okay. Jamal Pierce and Bird in the backfield. Looks like he's going to pass. Rolling out. A little low.
Incomplete to number 81. Number 81 is Tom Harrington. That brings up 3rd and 9 from about the 32-yard line. Norristown's looking to get off to a good start, but so far they had one first down on this drive. Just couldn't get the past couple plays to get working. 3rd and 9 from the 32-yard line.
All right, Minnick and Witter split out wide. Jamal Pierce and Greg Bird in the backfield. Josh James ready for the snap. Josh James drops back, flips it out. Birds hold up by 1 and drop down by 3 Central Buck South players at the 29-yard line.
Lost a 3 on the play. Nice swing pass to Greg Bird, but Greg Bird was wrapped up immediately. For Central Bucks South to be in this game, they have to wrap Greg Bird up, make sure he doesn't really do anything. Back deep to receive the punt, number 1, Mike Finnegan.
It's a low punt. Feels
Finnegan
hops,
bobbles it.
bobbles it a little bit. Big hit. Stays on his feet though.
Finnegan, he had a nice hit on the play. Small kid, but powerful hitter, it looks like so far. Tackle on the play, number 59, Andrew Witter. Right now, you're hearing the sounds of Norristiown High School's marching band.
All right, so Central Bucks is going to start out on their 46-yard line.
Number 33. And on the carry, number 33, James Bowes. Number 30, John Starkson on the tackle.
There's a pickoff about 5, so it's going to bring it down to 2nd and 5 from the 42-yard line now. Handoff goes to Bowes again. It's enough for a first down.
James Bowes, he's a nice size running back. He has like 6 foot, listed at 6 foot, 220. Average size of running back.
So it's going to bring the ball to the 35-yard line? 36-yard line.
1st and 10. James Bowes getting first down on that play.
Two backs in the backfield. Bowes, fullback. Handoff goes to the fullback.
And he's tackled by a gang of Norristown defenders. That's what I was talking about before the game. Norristown likes to gang tackle, stop the running back from getting big plays.
That was big number 75 on the carry.
We need another cameraman.
Sorry, that was Bob Campbell on the carry, the fullback.
2nd about 9 on the play. From about the 34-yard line. 2 backs in the backfield. Number 1 in motion.
Play action. Montpelier chasing. Wide open, number 1. Oh, big hit. Big stick by number 3.
Antoine Hall on the play.
Antoine Hall, big hit. That was a big hit. Not only did he hit him good, but he broke up a first down, a potential first down. So now it's going to be 3rd and 9 again.
Finnerman, he put a good hit on the punt return. Just got the favorite return to him. But Finnerman's a strong kid. About 3rd and 8 on the play.
Okay, let's see if Norristiown can get a hold here. Handoff goes to Bowes again. He's got some room.
And he is
Got a
stopped.
little room, not much. Picked up
Brings about 4th and 2 on the play from about the
picked up about 7.
4th and about 3 on the play from about the 28-yard line. James Bowes, he's having solid carries so far. Pretty good running back. He has around 880 yards on the season. Right about now, he probably is around close to 900. Looking this game to eclipse the 1,000-yard mark.
So they're going for it on 4th down. 4th and 3. It's a handoff right to Bowes. Big hit again.
And he is stopped.
Stop. Central Bucks is going to turn the ball over on defense or on offense.
Norristiown has a pretty good defense. But Central Bucks South loves the shotgun formation so far.
Eagles going to take over. Ball at the 20.
Okay, let's see if
calls-
Norristiown gets something going on here. They need a drive here. They're down at the 26-yard line. 5 minutes, 56 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Score still tied at nothing, with nobody winning. Play action. Stops.
Throws
He's got
to
him.
Ken
There he
Whitter.
goes.
Nice
He's got
catch
room.
on the play.
Got behind him. He's got blockers in front of him. He could go. Cut it back in the middle. Oh, if he would have cut it back in the middle,
Nice
he had a
play by
blocker right
senior
there.
Ken Whitter.
But it was a big pickup.
He's tackled by number 2, Tommy Gillette.
That's what Norristiown needed on first down. Whitter got behind the defensive back. Defensive back tried to go for interception. He got behind him. Unable to make the interception. And Whitter had a lot of acres in front of him.
Today's senior day. Seniors coming out big so far. Ken Whitter, explosive receiver, one of the top 5 receivers in Pennsylvania. He could be a D1 prospect.
Handoff goes right to Bird. Wrapped up, maybe back to the line of scrimmage.
So far, Greg Bird isn't really. He had one good run so far, 10-yard run on that, but he fumbled in the play. Greg Bird is powerful running back. He loses about 1 on the play. Give him a couple more carries, he might break one loose.
So it's going to bring it to 2nd and 10. He gets back to the line of scrimmage on that. With the clock ticking down to 4:55 in the first quarter. With Norristiown just inside the red zone. Here comes the option. James cuts it back up. Gets down to looking about the 10-yard line. So he probably picked up about 6 yards on that.
With Norristown's new option, gives them a better chance of getting more yardage than before. James, he does it all. He runs. He's a nice mobile quarterback. Third and 4 on the play.
This is going to be 3rd and 4. Josh James is good at running that option because he's so mobile back there. He can either flip it to Bird, which is a threat, or he can keep it himself. He's got good speed. So, I mean, you don't know which guy to cover. I think a mixed-up play here. Broken play. I think looks like Bird went to the right and Josh James turned around to pitch it to him and he wasn't there.
Plays gets back to the line of scrimmage, tackled by a gang of defenders. Like my partner just said, it looked like a busted play. Josh James tried to make something out of it.
So it's 4th and 4. What do you think, they get a field goal, or are they going to go for the touchdown here?
Looks like they're going to go for the field goal.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to get the guaranteed. Well, not guaranteed, but looks like they're going to go for the points here.
Giacomo's a great kicker. Then off he on the hold.
Looked like he hooked it right.
Kick is no
good. Hooked it to the right. Pushed it right.
Look for Norristiown to get out here and do the same thing they did last drive and stop him.
So with the missed field goal, Norristiown unable to put points on the board. The score is still tied at 0-0.
With 3 minutes and 17 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Look like the fans are starting to come into the stadium. Looks like there'll be a nice turnout for the night, seeing that it's senior night.
Okay, so Norristiown is going to get the ball, or I'm sorry, Central Buck South is going to get it at the 20. Big hit again.
Big hit by number 32, Jared Jones. The carry was the Josh Bowes. The James Bowes, my bad, folks, for about a gain of 3 on the play. Jared Jones, a senior, making plays. So it looks like this is going to be a big night for seniors for Norristiown. It appears Central Buck South likes to run it to the right side of the field, and they like to run the shotgun formation. Twin receivers out there, man in motion.
Number 1, Finnegan coming towards us. Pops out. Going deep. He's got a man. Picked off.
Interception by number 25, Curtis Colbreth. Curtis Colbreath with great awareness on the play. He's a nice defensive back. Great hands on the play. Yes.
Okay, so that's what Norristown needs to do on defense. They need to create turnovers, keep the ball on their side of the field, and see if they can turn this turnover into some points.
If Curtis Colbreath was more open, he could have ran that one back. He has nice speed on him.
So Norristown is going to pick the ball up at about the 49-yard line. Minnick and Witter split out wide. DeMond Pierce and Bird in the backfield. Josh James ready to take the snap. Handoff goes to Bird again. Looks like he fumbled a little bit. Norristown jumps on it.
Greg Bird for a gain of 2. 2 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in the first half.
So they give him a yard on the play. So
Looks
now
like
he's at the
Norristown
50.
switches quarterbacks on the play, brings in Jerry Denolfi.
There's Denolfi handing off to Bird. Bird cuts it outside. Gets back to the line of scrimmage maybe.
Looks like the Central Bucks Titans is just getting after Bird. They must have did their scouting. But don't think they're going to stop him all game, because Greg Bird, you can stop him all night and he'll just get that one break on you. Greg Bird is like a punishing running back. He punishes defenders when he runs the ball.
Okay, let's look for them to go to one of their top receivers now, and Witter for third and 9 here. Here comes Witter, stops, goes across the middle. Denolfi's running. He's got a little bit of room. Breaks a tackle, cuts out across the first down to the 35-yard line.
Great run by Denolfi. Denolfi's really a pocket quarterback, but he shows his little bit of mobility on the play. Denolfi's learning to use his legs more now than just taking the sack. He's getting to be a better quarterback now.
Yeah, he didn't have any receivers really open. The pocket collapsed quickly, so he ran, broke a tackle, got outside, and got down to the 35-yard line.
Brings up 1st and 10.
Handoff goes to Bird, right up the middle, picks up 5 down to the 30-yard line.
Solid carry by Greg Bird. Punishes the defenders. 2nd and 5 with about 23 seconds remaining in the first quarter. And you are hearing the sounds of the Norristiown High School's band.
Okay, Bird goes in motion. Clock expires into the first quarter.
Score is 0-0.
Knotted up at 0 at the end of the first quarter.
They're going to bring the ball to the other half. Norristown defense playing pretty good this game. First quarter was big recap of the first quarter. Big play to Ken Witter, nice reception. Norristown misses a field goal missed about a like 25-yard field goal, what makes the score 0-0. Norristown had one big play. The big play got them down there. So far, the Central Bucks school is keeping up. All right, they're switching sides. And it's going to be 2nd and about 5 from the 30-yard line. In the backfield, number 45, De'Armond Pierce. Birds in motion.
Lines up behind him.
Hands off to number 45, De'Armond Pierce, for about a gain of 2 or 3.
They're gonna give it to him at the 27, 26-yard line. Still short of first down.
Diarmond Pierce, 6'2", 242 pounds.
So it's going to bring him down to the 27-yard line. 3rd and 3. Pierce by himself in the backfield. Bird joins him. Ready one. There he goes. Big punish. Pounds it down to about the 25-yard line. It's going to be close for a first down.
Diarmond Pierce, he's a punishing running back, just like Greg Bird. Brings up 4th and inches. Oh, no. First down. 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. 11 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Score 0-0. Norristown runs like a smash mouth option game.
So Josh James back in at quarterback now. Handoff goes to Bird. He's got some room. There he goes. Breaks it down to 5-yard line. Big run by Greg Bird.
20-yard run by Greg Bird. Like I said, you can keep stopping it, and then he'll just run for a 20-yard run on there. Could have took that one to the house.
I think that's what Greg Bird needed. He needed to get those wheels worked up, get them loose, get them oiled up. Now he's got them oiled, so maybe he's going to have a big game rest here on out. He's just got to follow his blockers, run behind him, and punch it in the end zone from the red zone here, from the 5-yard line.
Play action.
Josh Bird.
Keeper by
Josh James. Touchdown. Touchdown, Josh James. Gave the play action. Took it himself. Flag on the play.
Flag on the play for Josh James celebrating. Norristown seniors coming up big, but that one could cost Josh James yards for showboating. Oh.
Odd. Okay, touchdown's good. It's going to be 15 yards on the extra point. So takes an extra point from a chip shot to an actual field goal.
Brings up a
So it's going to be a 35-yard
extra point.
35-yard extra point. Almost blocked. He's got it. It's up. It's a little short.
Penalties.
So the penalty ends up being big. They need that extra point to come back and haunt them.
Like I said before the game, penalties will make or break Norristown. So far, it's breaking them. 10 minutes and 5 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Norristown up 6-0.
So that's what Norristown needed. They need to get some points on the board, jump out to an early lead, get some momentum, and now he's got to run with it now. So Norristown gets some points on the board after the turnover, after the interception.
Look for Central Bucks South come out here, try to match that touchdown. Back deep to receive the kick for Central Bucks South. Number 1, Mike Finnegan, and number 5, Chris Pfeiffer. To kick the ball from Norristown, Giacomo Stably.
All right.
A senior, 5'10", 195 pounds. Nice big kicker. Not afraid of contact either. He'll get down and make that tackle too.
That's good. So they're all ready for the kick now. Let's see if he can keep it in bounds this time. There it goes. Goes out of bounds again.
Bad kickoffs by Giacomo so far. 2 bad kickoffs. Like I said, penalties are going to make or break Norristown. They tried a little pooch quick.
It's going to be an illegal procedure, so they're going to bring it out to the 35-yard line.
1st and 10 from the 35-yard line for Central Bucks South Titans. Central Bucks South Titans comes out with the shotgun formation. This is number 33 in motion. He rolls out to the right. Incomplete pass intended for
McDonald's
number 3, Bruce
pass.
White. Norristiown, he could have caught that one, but Norristiown was near him. Just got a little scared on the play.
So it's going to be 2nd and 10. 9 minutes and 59 seconds left in the second quarter.
Second and 10 from the 35-yard line.
And I see the cheerleaders getting ready to throw out the footballs. See if we can get one up here. What do you think?
Quarterback keeper
Trying.
by number
Come on.
13.
Chuck it. Oh, that was close. Oh, she's got
Quarterback
a good
keeper by
arm.
number
Look.
13.
Oh, look at that.
Bill McDonald.
No.
Solid carry for a gain of 4 on the play. Gain of 5.
Footballs for us are out.
Yeah. 3rd and 5 from about the 40-yard line. Central Bucks. Brings up 3rd and 5 from the 40-yard line. Central Bucks South looking for the first down.
All right, I missed that last play. I was too worried about getting the football up here. Well, okay, let's see. Right down the middle, too deep, way too
Overthrows
deep.
number 7.
So it's going to be 4th and 5 now.
Number 7 is Jared Bislin. Brings up 4th and 5 from the 40-yard line. Back deep to receive the punt. Jerome Kendall had a solid return last time. Just the penalty brought it back, made it an average return.
So a good 3 and out. Norristown's defense is holding up pretty good, well here in the first half. Looks like the punt was blocked. He's returning, stops, puts a move on. He's got more blockers. One more punt, he breaks that. Touchdown.
Punt is blocked and he's returned for a touchdown by number 13, Curtis Arthur. Great play on the
It blocks,
play.
it returns at 40 yards. Takes it in, breaks a couple tackles, makes a couple moves, punches it in. So Norristown gets right back on the board.
Curtis Arthur making a good play on it. Trying to get his name out for next season and the rest of the season. Get his name out there for next season.
So the decision is to go for 2 here to make it an even 14. I don't know if it's that important to go for it for 2 this early, but it looks like that's what they're going to do.
It looks like the Central Bucks South Titans are coming out flat.
There's the option.
Right.
They get in. Looks like he got in. No, they call him short.
Called Josh James.
Oh, he must have been short by a quarter of an inch.
Scores 12-0. 8 minutes and 57 seconds remaining in the second
I
quarter.
think that right there would be a play for a red flag.
Yeah, challenge that one. Look for Norristown to redempt themselves with the 2 pass kicks. Went out of balance. Norristown look for them to just kick this one straight down the middle.
All right, there go the cheerleaders doing some push-ups. Rah, rah, rah. See if we can get some more footballs up here.
They did 18 push-ups so far. So far, it looks like it could be more.
I guess they just throw footballs after the first touchdown.
They
My Canadian number 1, Chris Piper, number 5, deep for the Titans.
Okay, we're after the field goal, after the block punt touchdown, the missed 2-point conversion. Norristown goes up 12-0 with 8 minutes and 57 seconds left in the first half.
Back deep to receive the kick, number 1, Mike Finnegan, and number 5, Chris Pfeiffer. He kicks it straight
There's a
down the
good
middle.
punt. There it is.
Number 5 gets it around
Still close to the
18-yard
sideline.
line.
Pushes him back.
Breaks off a tackle, and
Oh,
he's down
still had him by
about
the
the
foot.
22-yard line. About a 5-yard return on the play by Chris Pfeiffer. Jerome Kendall on the tackle. First and 10 from about the 21-yard line.
All right, now Norristown's really looking to take over here now. They got 8 men stacked in the box, preparing for the run. Quarterback's running the option. Actually, it goes direct snap right to Bose
For about a gain of
for about 5, out to about the 26.
Bulls look like their main source of offense. They like to run the ball with the Bulls, and then from the shotgun, they like the shotgun too. Tackle by number 55, Dave Hopkins. Central Bucks, they love that shotgun. They come out in two deep running backs and the quarterback from the shotgun.
From the 27, right to him again.
Direct snap the Bulls.
Right to him.
Bulls breaks for about a 10-yard run on the play. Brings up first and 10 from about the 37-yard line. Bulls is out there putting up work, earning his keep. This is a game of pride, and both teams are out of reach for the district playoffs. Norristown's 2-7 on the season. The Central Bucks South Titans are 1-8 on the season. Game of pride. Direct snap again, the Bulls.
It's the third time. I see a pattern here. Third time. Right to him.
For about a gain of 5. He's getting solid carries on that play.
7 minutes left.
7 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Score is 12-0 Norristown. Second and 4 from about the 43-yard line. Direct snap again.
Goes to Bose again. And this time he picks up the first. Looks like he got enough before he went out of bounds for a first down.
Looks like he runs out to the about a 5-yard carry on the play. Bose, nice solid runner.
Timeout. Norristown calls timeout with 7 minutes and 2 seconds remaining. Up by 12.
All right, the fans are just starting to pour into the gates. Some late arrivals. Norristown calls a timeout on the play. Norristown has 2 timeouts remaining. Central Bucks South Titans have 3 remaining. 7 minutes and 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. The score is 12-0 Norristown. First and 10 on the play. If you're not here, you got to be here. You're missing some great football action. That's something my friend Clinton Cooley would say.
Clinton calls it full contact.
Yeah, full contact.
Live full contact.
Clinton, he likes to use the full contact quote a lot of times. He uses for volleyball, too. Shotgun formation. Direct
There we
snap
go,
to
Bose.
Bose.
Bose is going to pass it
Bose
now.
passes it
Sets
to
that
number
up.
7.
Oh, looks like, throw that flag. That looks like offensive pass interference. It
from
looks.
number 7. Number 7 is Jared Buslin. He
Incomplete.
trips up Curtis Colbreath. Curtis Colbreath was looking for his second interception in the game. He was looking for that one. If he wasn't tripped up, he might have got that one.
Still waiting to call. Should be offensive pass interference. Pass interference on the offense. It's going to be an incomplete pass. Lost it down. And they're going to mark it back to the 45. Loss of 15 on the play.
Second and 25 from about the 34-yard line. That pass interference cost them a down and 15 yards. All right, they bring back their quarterback into the game.
Bill McDonald throws it short out to Bose. Puts a couple moves on, gets tackled at the.
Tackled by number 9, Josh James, and number 45, Diarmond Pearson tackle.
Down to
Brings up a gain of, that's like a gain of 3 on the play. Brings up 3rd and about 22.
I like to call it 3rd and forever.
Yeah.
22 yards is a lot to pick up on one play.
They might come out with some trickery on this play, get some yards back.
Yeah, just so they can punt it away and pin the Eagles deep back in their own territory. So now Bose goes out of the receiver.
And he gets about a couple yards past the regular yard line for the first.
Number 1.
Last play, number 1, Mike Finnegan caught that ball.
Is that John?
Great punt by the Central Bucks Titans. James Bulls does it all, punts, kicks too. First and 10 from about the 12-yard line.
So here comes Denolfi. Minute comes out. Witter's going to be down the bottom of the screen. And Denolfi's going to be the quarterback with Josh James and Greg Bird going into the backfield with Damon Pierce. It's a big handoff. Josh James with the handoff.
Solid carry.
Picks up 8. So they're going to be at the 19.
We got everything now. Okay?
Solid carry
So that was
by
a pickup
Josh
of about
James.
8. So it's going to bring it down to 2nd and 2. Bird, pitch out to Bird. Bird just running right through people down there in the line.
Like I said, Bird's a punishing running back. Picks up the first down on the play.
Just puts his head down and runs.
Not a lot of east and west running with Bird. He's a north-south. He's a north-south runner.
So he does get enough for the first down. It's going to bring it down to 4 minutes and 25 seconds left. Norristiown still up 12, looking to add on to their 12-point lead.
It's first 10 from about the 24, 23 yard line. Norristown comes out running the ball pretty much all game. Split receivers, Witter and Harrington. Hands off to number 4.
Number 4, Antoine Hall.
Number
breaks
4 is
outside.
Raymond Lagan, a sophomore.
Raymond Lagan.
Okay, so far, I still have 76.
So it looks like they're trying to get some of their younger players in, get them worked out a little bit.
84, their killer, and stop.
Gain of 2 on the play.
Number 4,
Brings about 2nd and 8 from about the 20-yard line.
2nd and 9.
Gets about a yard to about the 25-yard line.
Let's go on the field. I can't believe they're kicking me off another. Were you just here as a spectator or did you saw on duty?
So 2nd and 9. Denolfi drops back. Ooh, almost picked off right
Almost
through his
picked
hands.
off. Bobbles the ball, Central Buck South.
Right through his hands. That
Could
should have been picked. And he didn't look like he had too many defensive players in front of him. So
All
he
he
might have
had
been able to
to-
return that.
All he had to beat was Denolfi.
Until the end of the half? Okay. So you can do it till the half? Okay.
3 minutes
It's
and
going to be
13
3rd and 9
seconds. 3rd and about 9.
from the 25-yard line.
Josh James backing in at quarterback.
Along with Demond Pierce and Bird. Josh James drops back. Good protection. Throws it high.
Throws it to Bruce Minnick. Bruce Minnick just a little bit out of his reach.
Was intended for number 7, Bruce Minnick. So incomplete.
4th and about 9.
Punting situation.
Back deep to receive the punt. Number 1, Mike Finnegan.
Number 1, Mike Finnegan is deep for the Titans.
Kick the ball, number 41, Giacomo Stalvo. Before the game, Ambrose Bandy said he might have a couple tackles this game. Oh, block punt. Blocked by number.
Another block punt. So that's going to give Central Buck South some good starting field
blocked by
position.
number 81, Nick Boski.
The Titans will take over.
Central Buck South Titans playing block punt for block punt out there. 1st and goal from about the 8-yard line. Big plays like that, you don't have pretty much to go. 8 yards to a touchdown. Look for him to hand it to number 33. James Bowes is going to be it might be a direct snap to him
Bose is back in at quarterback. And there he goes right up the middle.
for about
Looks like the pile keeps moving forward. Somehow manages 4 on that play.
Goes on the carry. And that was what picks up about 4. So that's the 5-yard line. 2nd and goal.
So it's going to be 2nd and goal from the 5. 2 minutes and 34 seconds left in the first half. Norristown up by 12.
Look from the run at the number 75 side, Dave McLean, 6'5", 320. Looks like direct snap to that side is going to be.
There it is. Right
James
in up
Bowes.
the middle. Gets maybe a yard on that.
Brings up third and goal from the 4-yard line.
Number 63.
Yeah, as you were saying, number 75, the right on the offensive line, Dave McLean. He's made a commitment prior to the season to go to University of Maryland. So he's getting heavily recruited by Division I schools. He's got good size, obviously 6'5", 325 pounds. So look for him to run right behind him, pretty much like they're doing.
3rd and goal from about the
There he
40-yard
goes.
line.
Looks like it's going to be a pass, though. Big hit. Oh, big hit, though.
Number 3 on the tackle,
Number 3, Antoine Hall. Big
Antoine
hit.
Hall, 2 big tackles in the game so far.
Pushes him back to about the 2-yard line.
We have a special guest, Clinton. Clinton Cooley.
How y'all doing? I just got finished giving a speech, and I had to rush over here and watch the seniors play. How's everybody doing? But I'm gonna be down on the field, ladies and gentlemen, so you're not gonna get my full content commentating.
Clinton's all styling and profile,
Yeah, of
looking
course,
good.
man. What's
Looking
up, Bill?
good.
Clinton Cooley, he's going to be doing halftime interviews with the seniors after the game. It's about fourth and goal from about the 4.5 yard line.
So it looked like they were going to run it. Decided to pass it, and Antoine Hall laid a good licking on him. Keep him out of the end zone, and now they're deciding on what to do on 4th and 4 with only 47 seconds left in the first half.
Titans call a timeout with 2 timeouts remaining for both teams. Want to re-talk this over, see what they want to do. Maybe they might pull out some trickery.
I don't think there's any question that they're going to go for it. 47 seconds left. I think they're just going to try and punch it in.
If I was a betting man, I say they're going to give it to number 33, James Bowes.
It's a pretty good bet. Got a line on that?
Fourth and goal from the 4-yard line. 47 seconds remaining in the second quarter. The score is 12-0. Norristiown over the Central Bucks Titans. Look for Norristiown to stop them here. Norristiown has a pretty good defense. Norristiown gives up around 21, 22 points a game on the season. As the cheerleaders say, go Big Blue, let's go. Norristiown stacks the line. Play action on the play.
Play action. He's got a man covered. Oh!
Touchdown.
Almost tipped it.
Touchdown, Evan Kingsley. My number 31, Evan Kingsley. 31? Yes. 31? They had me fooled on that play. I thought they were going to give the ball to number 33, James Bowes, but number 31, Evan Kingsley, slipped past the lineman on a nice play. Appeared to be blocked, and then he just slipped out on the pattern. Wide open at the end of the end zone.
Extra points up. And did he hook that? Look. Oh, no, he snuck it through there. Looked like from here, looked like he hooked it right.
Extra point
But the kick is good. And 43 seconds remaining. Norristown is 12. Central Bucks South 7.
Many fans coming into the game now. Late arrivals. I guess many of the fans were trying to wait until halftime to get in the game for free.
Well, I think they're about 43 seconds too early then.
But they're missing great football action the first half. Back deep to receive the kicks is number 2, number 3, and number 4. Number 2 is Jerome Kendall. Number 3 is Antoine Hall. He had a great run at homecoming for a 97-yard return. And number 4, Ray Lagan. Number 2 and 4s are sophomores, pretty good players. Number 3, Antoine Hall is a senior. He might try to run this one back to have a memorable moment as his last game at Norristiown.
That would be special. There's a short kick.
Short kick. Number 25, Curtis Colbreth gets the ball. Curtis Colbreth, he has nice speed on him. He might get this one.
Get the turn.
Nice run by Curtis Colbreth.
Out to the 45.
My last year of football, I played Little League football a couple years back, like 5 years back. Curtis Colbreth played on my football team. He was our big play man. Had a couple reverses this season. Averaged like 2 touchdowns a game. Pretty good player. He was a running back. Moved his position, cornerback, much better there. He was a great running back. He has an interception on the game. Norristiown looking maybe throw it deep to Witter, or swing it out to Bird, or just run it out for the half.
Oh, fakes the kneel. There comes the option. and gets pushed out of bounds. Maybe at 46, maybe a yard on that play.
And the clock is still running. Looks like the clock is just going to run out until halftime. 10 seconds remaining. Unless Norristiown wants to get one more play off.
So as time expires here in the first half, Norristiown comes out on top, 12-7, with a 5-point lead on a big block punt.
Number 13, Curtis Arthur, ran that one back to the house.
They were also able to capitalize on their interception that they had.
By Curtis Colbreath, number 25. Norristiown also had a big reception by Ken Witter for about a gain of about between 30 and 40 yards. Also with a touchdown in the first half, number 9, Joshua James.
Bill McGoy here at halftime with Norristiown Eagles leading 12, Central Bucks South 7. My halftime unofficial stats are Norristiown rushing for 93 yards. Greg Bird having 49 of those 93 yards. The passing game is 1 for 4 for 58 yards. And number 17, Witter, has 1 catch for a long 58 yards. Central Bucks South rushed for 60 yards, 46 of them by number 33, Chris Bowes. Passing, Bowes also led with throwing 1 touchdown pass and totaling 19 yards. He also leads the offense with 2 catches for 15 yards. They are my unofficial halftime stats. And back to the halftime show. Me and my man Tyrese are back here. Me and my man Tyrese are back for the second half now. And Norristiown up 12-7 over Central Bucks South. Getting ready for the last half of football for this season. What do you think we're going to expect?
I expect Norristiown to come out running the ball like they did in the first half. The way Norristiown got to the 12-point lead, block punt by Curtis Arthur, and a 5-yard touchdown run by Joshua James. The thing that was killing Norristiown in the first half was penalties, and the thing that was killing Central Bucks South in the first half was their defense wasn't really getting to the tackles. But they had a nice block punt. Number 33, James Bowes, their main source of offense.
I think he's like their only source of offense.
Yeah.
He leads our team in every major stat, rushing, passing, and throwing the ball as well.
He also kicks the ball too, punt. But we still have some great football action going on. More and more fans are just flocking to the stands. On the other side, you see the Central Bucks South Titans loyal fans coming, making the trip all the way from Doylestown. This half, Norristiown receiving the kick. Central Bucks South Titans won the first half kickoff. So far, this has been a game of defenses. Let's see if we can get some more great football action out of these people. Let me give a shout out to the band. The band, Norristiown band and Central Bucks South band putting a great show.
Captains are coming out to the field, starting the second half. Shaking hands.
The captains for Norristiown, number 17, Kenneth Witter, number 58, Tyrese Barker, number 9, Josh James, and number 5, Greg Bird. Seniors trying to have one memorable half, trying to come out and make this half memorable. When their last one at Roosevelt Field. Maybe someday we'll see some of them coaching the team. The thing that was killing Central Bucks South Titans the first half, they just came out flat. Didn't really look to be into the game. Nobody's really hype over on their side compared to Norristiown. Norristiown isn't too hype either. Both teams appear to be flat.
Yeah, you can't really tell it's the last game for the seniors here at home. I anticipate a little more action, a little more jumping around. But it is a cold night, so.
Yeah. Back deep to receive the kick. Number 3, Antoine Hall. Ran back a 97-yarder homecoming 2 weeks ago. Also back, number 2, Jerome Kendall. And number 4, Ray Lagan. 2 solid sophomores. All 3 of them had the ability to break one deep. Let's see what they'll do on this kick. To kick the ball for the Central Bucks South Titans, number 4, Anthony Volk. Oh, my bad on that, folks. Number 19, Jordan Phillips.
Here's Colbert again. Breaks a couple tackles.
Curtis
midfield.
Cobra. Solid guy. Nice speed on him.
Actually gets across midfield.
Gets to about the 40. Gets about to the 50-yard line.
Let's see where they're going to mark it. Oh, it says his knee was down at the 50, so he's starting right at midfield. So Norristiown brings our offense out in the field.
Josh James in that quarterback this half.
Number 7, Bruce Minnick, down the bottom of the screen. The Witter up top. Demond Pierce and Greg Bird in the backfield. Josh James waiting for the snap, calling the plays. Handoff goes to Bird. Up the middle, gets about 2. Falls forward for maybe 2 yards.
Greg Bird gets 2 on the carry. He has 51 yards for the game. He had a okay first half. First half, he had a nice 20-yard run and a nice 10-yard run, but on the 10-yard run, he fumbled in the first half. So we had an okay first half.
That was the old Fumblerooski play there.
Yeah. Also in the first half, solid first half, Ken Witter, 1 catch for 58 yards.
Switching up with Witter at the bottom of the screen, Minnick at the top. Demond Pierce and Bird still in the backfield. Play action goes. James rolls out, comes into Witter, catches it.
Witter catches for a gain about 5 on the play. That brings up about brings up about 3rd and 4 on the play. 10 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the third quarter. The score is 12 Norristiown Eagles, 7 Central Bucks South Titans. Looks like somebody on the Central Bucks Titans defense is jumping around, trying to get his teammates into this.
Okay. Same set, backs are in the eye, wide receiver split. Witter's calling the plays. Comes the option, no. Oh, goes deep to Minnick. Minnick goes up, can't hold on.
Almost
Good
intercepted.
defense, little underthrown.
Pass broken up by number 3, Bruce White. On that play, it was a battle of Bruce's.
So it's 4th and 4.
That ball on that play was intercepted. Bruce Minnick did a good job making sure the receiver didn't intercept it. Back deep to receive the kick, number 1, Mike Finnegan. Solid kick by Giacomo. Goes out of bounds about the 18-yard line. That brings up 1st and 10 for the Central Bucks Titans.
So Norristiown starts the first half, first 3 and out with their first drive. See if they can hold Central Bucks South from getting any momentum here on their first drive of the game from about the 18.
First half, Norristiown played solid defense. The only reason the Central Bucks Titans got that touchdown was because they blocked the punt and they were in the goal. Look for Norristiown to stop James Bowes. Fumble in the play. Central Bucks recover. Number 33, James Bowes. That brings up 2nd and 10 from about the 18-yard line. Oh, gain of 2 on the play for James Bowes.
Gain of 2 on that? Generous spot.
Hands off to number 1 on the end around the number 1, Mike Finnegan, for about a gain of 2 on the play. That brings up 3rd and about 6. That's about the first time I've seen a Central Bucks give it to somebody else other than James Bowes.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to trick Norristiown defense by going to somebody else on that play.
They could open this game up if they did like a counter to somebody else to him. To somebody else. Bowes in motion. 13 rolls out to the left.
Throws it short.
Josh James, foot away. He could have had an interception if he was one step faster. Brings up 4th and 5. Fourth and 5 from the 22-yard line. Number 33, James Bowes, looks to appears to punt the ball to number 2, Jerome Kendall. Jerome Kendall has a couple solid returns in the beginning of the game. Nice punt by James Bowles. Kimball Fundle. John Stark falls on the ball. Wasn't a smart play on Kendall's behalf. Great awareness by John Starks.
It's one of the toughest things in football to do, I think. Receiving a punt, you're trying to keep an eye on the ball while also trying to keep an eye on the defenders coming down at you.
So he could have also caught a fair catch on that one.
So you need a lot of concentration calling, catching punts.
Split receivers. Minnick down bottom, Witter up top. Pearson Bird in the backfield. James in that quarterback. Hands off to Bird. Bird looks to get about 2 on the carry. Brings up about 2nd and 8. This game doesn't have that much energy in it. Players just look tired and sluggish. But the Central Bucks Titans, the defensive lineman looks like he's starting to get into it. Does a little hand motion down there. Looks like he's getting into it. Hands off to number 45, De'Armond Pierce, for about a gain of 2. Looks like it's going to bring 3rd and about 6 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 6 with 7 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
Josh comes up on center. Fakes
Fakes
the pitch.
Pierce. Pitches to the Bird. Nice play on it. Picks up the first down by Bird. Great awareness by Josh James to see Bird on the outside all by itself. Brings it to the 49-yard line. 1st and 10.
Judge presents the first down yardage for about the 49.
If Norristiown had some more energy, they could just break this game open. I know for the senior night, they want to end on a good note. Preferably, they want to score more points and just have a blowout.
Norristiown has been putting up good points lately. They scored 35 points against a good, strong Hatboro Horsham team last week.
A game they should have won, but turnovers cost them. Bird is tripped up at the line of scrimmage. Bird loses one on that play. Brings up 2nd and 11.
We never ran it between the tackles. We got to take always ran them, ran sweep. We had guarded the pole, and that's why we scored all the touchdowns. And then we had another kid who was really good tail that ran between the tackles.
All right.
Should be 2nd and 10 here. 5 minutes, 55 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Norristiown coming out.
Central Bucks Titans have the pretty big corner sticking with her. So they incomplete pass to number 81, Tom Harrington.
Saying he trapped it.
5 minutes, 36 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Norristiown needs to get some more energy in this game. Players just walking around. People need more. The seniors on the team need to be more hyped. It's their last game. You gotta have hype. You gotta be hyped. Remember this game. Look for this one to probably be a play action pass on this play.
Pump and go.
Deep to Witter. Witter has him beat, and Witter catches it.
Nice catch by Witter.
Witter is down around the 15-yard line. Great catch by Kenneth Witter. That's what makes him one of the top 5 receivers in Pennsylvania. Great hands. Great hands by Witter. That's what makes him one of the top 5 receivers in Pennsylvania. Brings up 1st and 10 about the 15-yard line. Norristiown looking to score. Ken Witter appears to be hurt on the play. He comes out the game. You have the Minnick brothers in at receiver. Number 7 down low, Bruce Minnick, and number 22, Chris Minnick up top. Hands off number 45, Jeremiah Pierce for about a gain of 7. He just drags people. Powerful runner. Number 22 in for Kenneth Witter. Number 22, Chris Minnick, looks to make the always to make the prime time plays. Trying to make his, like he calls the Sports Center top 10 plays. Big play guy. Does a lot of big plays on JV football. Hands off to Greg Bird for about a gain of 7 on a play, punishing the defenders. Brings up 1st and goal from the 3-yard line. Look for Norristiown to run it inside either to Pierce or Bird. Preferably Bird because he's a senior. Trying to give him one last glory moment at Norristown's Roosevelt Field. Josh James runs into his lineman, getting to about 2nd and 1 from the goal.
I was just waiting on get a breath in, that's all. Been doing all the talking.
Second and goal from about the 1 yard line. 3 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Quarterback sneak by Josh James scores the second touchdown of the game, a 1 yard touchdown run. Josh James trying to make his last game at Roosevelt Field a memorable one. One more touchdown and he'll have a hat trick. Giacomo Stably for the extra point. And off for the hold. Almost blocked, but a great kick by Giacomo Stably. What's the score?
No, you got fine.
The score is 19-7 Norristiown Eagles over the Central Bucks Titans have 7. 3 minutes and 5 seconds remaining in the third quarter. That Witter catch just electrified Norristiown offense to score a touchdown. Back deep to receive the kick, number 5, Chris Pfeiffer, and number 1, Mike Finnegan.
She quit at 17. Yeah. I'll tell you, she's too short. I remember Frazini doing 3. I'm sorry.
To kick the ball, number 41, Giacomo Stably. His last kick was solid. His first 2 of the game, though, were not so good.
Here come more footballs. Here come more footballs. It's a long kickoff.
Caught by number 5, Chris Pfeiffer. Turn to about the 21-yard line. Maybe I should go down there and get with us one of them footballs. I'm going to go down and try to get us a football.
God, I want to see him throw it up here, though. I don't want it handed up here. I want it thrown up. Guess they're all out of footballs now. Norristiown's defense comes back after a 3-and-out series the last downs.
First and 10 from about the 21-yard line.
Right there, 58.
Stopped by number 58, Tyrese Barker. He just shuts James Bowes down at the line of scrimmage for a loss about half a yard on the play. The Central Bucks South quarterback has a pretty strong arm. Throws it to number 1, Mike Finnegan. Great catch at the 40-yard line. Like I was saying, number 13, Bill McDowell, has a nice strong arm. He gets it in there on the run. Great pass. Then a great catch by number 1, Mike Finnegan. Keeping awareness, keeping his feet in. Great catch. Great catch and throw. First and 10 from the 40-yard line. 2 minutes and 14 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Quarterback sneak for about a gain of 3 on the play. Sorry about that, about a gain of 5 on the play. The refs gave him the shadow of doubt of forward progress on the play. Brings up 2nd and 5 from the 45-yard line. Hands off the number 33, James Bowles. He's tripped up for a gain of 1. He appears to
Looks
be
like-
hurt on the play. Might have twisted his ankle on the play. Walks back to the line of scrimmage. I think they should get him out there. You don't want to take no chances. He's a young guy. You don't want to play hurt and risk getting injured even more.
It's going to be 3rd and 4 here. 49 seconds left in the third quarter.
Somebody needs to get on number 1 on the play. Josh James looks to pick him up. Central Bucks South called timeout. 2 timeouts remaining in the second half. Norristiown has 3 remaining. I think they should get number 33, James Bowles, out get him out for a couple plays so he can rest his ankle real quick, get him moving on the sideline so he can come back in, get some more solid carries.
No, you're on a roll. Watch that start now.
Here's how they scored the touchdown. They called timeout, set up a play, and came out and passed.
Yeah, somebody better back off over there.
James Bowles in motion. Flag on the play.
Looks like it's going to be a false start. Illegal procedure. Like somebody moved. False start.
Penalties will make or break your game. For the Central Bucks Titans, is breaking their game. That brings up 39 off the penalty.
They're in good position for a first down. When they have the short yards, you can pretty much run it or pass it to get to 4 yards. Now, 3rd and 10, looks like you're going to have to pass it. Missed him. Oh, wide open. Wide over on the corner.
No. The line of scrimmage, he was at the
Big pass play on 3rd and 9.
Great catch by Jared Bislin. Great throw by Bill McNeil. Great catch by Bill McNeil. Up in the booth, people are calling for a replay. Some people say he appeared to throw over the line. Jared Bislin, number 7. Look for the direct snap to James Bowles. He's in that quarterback. James Bowles runs for about a gain of. And that's the first half, folks. The score is 19, Norristiown Eagles.
It's the end of the third quarter.
Oh, the end of the third quarter.
First half of the second half.
The score is 19, Norristiown Eagles, 7 Central Bucks South Titans. 12 minutes left.
You want 100 and what, Jack?
I want 100, but Joe Root wants 75. He said, that's a fix. He said, they gotta be more money.
That's still your job. Well, how big is the crowd now?
It was a big crack with his homecoming.
Yeah.
That game was all over.
the end of the third quarter, Norristiown leads 19-7.
For some of these seniors, this might be their last game, but for some of them, some of the other ones, they might be playing collegiately.
Actually, they do have another game next week. They travel out to Plymouth Whitemarsh for their last game.
I'm going to be at that game. I have a couple cousins that go to Plymouth Whitemarsh. The line just collapses on Bill McDowell. And on the tackle, number 72, Sean Mayer. Sean Mayer is also one of them big kids. Sean Mayer is listed at 6'4", 250 pounds. Big kid, he's a sophomore. Norristiown has him for two more years after this.
It's going to be 3rd and 11 from the 31. Finnegan goes in motion, splits out, looks right at him, missed him. There you go. Sacked down, brought down by about the 33-yard line.
Brings up fourth and about 7 from about the 27-yard line. I think the Titans might go for it on this one. Quarterback comes back in. Look for either a pass or a run to James Bowes. They're going to come out.
I think they're going to look for Finnegan, a slant across the middle.
Yeah, the middle's open.
Here he comes in motion. Play action. There he goes across the middle. He had him for a second. They got him.
And he got hammered
Norristiown
by
sacked him down.
And he got hammered by number 63, Tyree Middleton. If the players don't get hyped, the Norristiown band will get them hyped. Sounds of the Norristiown Area High School marching band. 1st and 10 for the Eagles, about the 24-yard line. False start on number 78, Riley Sanders. That's going to bring them back yards. Brings up 1st and 15.
So a minute goes to the top of the screen now. Out of view. Handoff goes to Bird. Picks up about 8 on the carry.
It appears Norristiown's going to run the ball out the rest of the game, sit on the win. Pretty smart move. If Norristiown had a couple more wins in their record. They were 4-5, but they had an ineligible player playing, so their record went down to 2-7. But if their record was 4-5, the win right here, that'd be 500. Next week would depend on the record, but instead they're 2-7.
Play action Bird. It's brought down way back to 15, 16-yard line.
Sacked by number 40, Don Evigan Lister. Brings up about 3rd and 18. I'm surprised Josh James didn't go running with the ball. He's the mobile quarterback of the Norristown Eagles.
It's going to be a long 3rd and 20 now from the 17-yard line.
Like you said earlier, 3rd and forever.
All right, James lines up. Minnick has a nice cushion at the top of the screen, as does Witter at the bottom.
Delay game on the play. Moves back, Norristown back 5 more yards. Brings up 4th and 25. 3rd and 25, folks. Sorry about that. Turnovers killed Norristown all season. Norristown can play turnover-free football. Their record would be much better. Hands off the Bird. Bird runs for a gain of 1 on the play. Brings up 20, about 24 on the play. Giacomo Stalvey back to punt the ball, back deep to receive number 1, Mike Finnegan.
Almost got it blocked again.
Finnegan is tackled by number 30, John Starks. He's a senior trying to look for that big play. Great tackle by John Starks. John Starks having a really good game on the defensive end. Solid tackles.
So they're starting at their own 33-yard line. Or actually Norristown's 33-yard line. So they're about 33 yards from making this an interesting game. Looking pass, he's passing.
Throws it out of bounds.
Throws it out of bounds. Had the play covered.
Smart play by Jonathan Gibson. No man open, throw it out of balance. The thing that just got them on the play, they only had 1 receiver going out, so his only option was covered. So he had to throw it away, or there was chances he was going to lose yards, so he did the smart thing.
Shotgun, block down, incomplete pass again.
Pass is batted down. Right here, I want to tell the Central Bucks South Titans marching band, and we hear them all the way over here. They're doing a good job. Score is 19-7. Norristown Eagles 19. Central Bucks South Titans 7. 7 minutes and 32 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter.
Central Bucks South comes out with 3 wide receivers. Now Bose goes in motion as a 4th receiver. Containing. Chucks, that's picked off. Oh, he caught it. Touchdown. Wide open in the back of the end zone.
Touchdown by number 3. Bruce White.
Nobody gets behind it. It never changes.
The Norristown defender almost tipped it, but he let the receivers get behind him. Rule number 1: never let a receiver get in front of you. Get behind you.
Who caught the touchdown?
Number 3, Bruce White. Is going to kick your extra point, Chase Steinberg, and the kick is good. The score is now 19-14. Norristiown Eagles. 7 minutes and 24 seconds remaining. Central Buck South Titans looking to get back into this one. 7 minutes and 24 seconds remaining.
So after they started off in good field position, Central Buck South takes 2 incomplete passes and then just throws one right to the back of the end zone behind the defender.
Norristiown's cover 2 defense on that play. Cover 2, you shouldn't. Safety shouldn't let nothing get behind them. Just slipped up and got something behind them. Back deep to receive this kick, number 2 Jerome Kendall and number 3 Antoine Hall. So far, they haven't been kicking to Antoine Hall. They're trying to kick to the opposite side of him. They must have heard about him. Kicks at the Kendall side.
Oh,
Kendall bobbles the ball, picks up around the 3. Penalty on the play. Kendall runs to about the 12-yard line. A lot of east to west running on the play, not a lot of north-south.
Legal use of the hand, so it's going to push him back pretty close to the end zone.
Like I said, turnovers will make or break you.
I saw that it was 4, 5, and 2, yeah. They had to get a guy up. Yeah, there's 2 guys over here standing side by side. They had to get a guy up, and they didn't get him up.
Can't see who the penalty was on. Looked like it was an illegal block. So they're going to move the ball to the 7-yard line.
Brings up first and 10 from the 7. Minnick up top, Witter down low. Pearson Bird in the backfield.
There goes Bird with some yards. Uh-oh. They had one man to beat. Guy took a good angle. Bird got their backs from against the goal line there. Good run by Greg Bird.
About a 45-yard run for Greg Bird. Like I said before the game, Greg Bird, he runs for minimal gains. Then he just breaks one loose past the defender. He had one to beat. He could have took that one back for a 93-yard touchdown if it beat the last defender. Witter up top, Minnick down low. Fakes the handoff to Pierce. Josh James runs it for about a gain of 5. Nice extra effort. Brings up 2nd and 5. 6 minutes and 25 seconds remaining. Norristiown up 19-14.
Norristiown keep running the ball. Looks like they have a good chance to run the clock out. If they keep running for first downs. Run the ball, getting first downs, and then eventually putting it in the end zone for a nice cushion. So they're only up by 5 now. So that's only a touchdown and a missed extra point, and they can win the game at Central Buck South. There's Bird again. Gain about 6 on the play.
First down by Greg Bird. First and 10 from about the 35-yard line. Witter down low, Minnick up top. Pearson and Bird in the backfield.
There's Bird. He's going to add on a total here. Looks like he fumbled.
Greg Bird.
Ground calls a fumble. He's down before he fumbled it.
Solid carry by Greg Bird. Greg Bird starting to open the game up in the second half. He sees the league getting close, so Greg Bird does what he does best. Carries the weight, gets Norristown first downs.
Hey, first and goal from the 10 here. Handoff goes to Pierce, up right up the middle for maybe 1 or 2 yards. Not getting as much push up in the middle of the line there as they would like. Really get Demond Pierce a couple more yards. We did manage to get 2 on that, so it's going to bring him down to the 8. So from the 8-yard line, looks like Norristown just called a timeout. Norristown calls timeout with 4 minutes, 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Winning by 5, 19-14 over Central Buck South.
The Eagles' running game has picked up considerably since the first half. Greg Bird running for big yardage on a few of the last couple plays. 4:22 left in the game. Good night for football.
It's a beautiful night for football. Nice, clear, crisp, cool.
Yeah, we need some heat up in this booth. So, Mr. Fabrizio, if you're listening,
Heat for the budget in. That was the cameraman, Dave Pizzini, jumping on the microphone, making some good comments there about the running game picking up. Greg Bird has a run of 40 yards, 6 yards, 10 yards in this drive alone. So let's see what they do now. Witter's got a nice little cushion at the bottom of the screen. Josh James is going to get in the end zone. Josh James is in the end zone for second touchdown of the game. Touchdown Norristown. Building on the point on this point now. Norristown's going to go up. So now scores 25-14 with 4 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter on senior night. Kick is good by Stabley. Add on the extra point to make it 26-14. So Norristown goes up by 12 with that. Touchdown. Josh James is making his impression felt on senior night, having a good night. 2 touchdowns. Big running night as well.
Josh James just picking up the hat trick on that touchdown. Back deep to receive the kick. Number 1, Mike Finnegan. Number 5, Chris Pfeiffer. He ran 1 yard, 5 yard, and that one. Score is now 26-14, Norristown. 4 minutes, 15 seconds remaining. Joachim Stalby back deep to kick the ball. ball goes to Chris Pfeiffer. Chris Pfeiffer picks it up about the 15, and he's tackled by number 22, Chris Minnick.
Okay, look for Norristiown's defense to buckle down now, not allow any yards. There's the option. Gets him out after 3 yards. Here come the footballs again. Guess we can't get any footballs up here. Football's out again. So they started from the 25-yard line. And now we're seeing personal foul on Norristiown. So they're going to bring it up to, it's going to be automatic first down. Let's see what yard line they get it at. It's going to probably be a 15-yard penalty, bring it up to the 45-yard line. Yeah, bring it out to the 44-yard line. A personal foul in Norristiown. Okay, so the clock's ticking. 3 minutes, 50 seconds remaining. 26-14, Norristiown leads. Look at pass. There's wide open. Finnegan wide open, looking to get out of bounds. It's a completed pass. He got out of bounds, so it's going to stop the clock with 3:35 remaining. And it gets down to Norristiown's 34-yard line. So it's about 21-yard pickup on the play. Option again. Quarterback number 13. McDonald on the keeper. Gets about 5. They're going to run the hurry up now. Number 5. They're out to the 27-yard line. Back to pass. McDonald's passing, trying to get out of bounds. Gets out short of the first down. So it's going to be 3rd and 3 on Norristiown's 25-yard line. Down to 3 minutes. So Central Bucks South offense out in the field. Quarterback McDonald, the only one in the backfield in shotgun. 4 receivers. Bose gets the quarterback sneak, gets through the line a little bit. Gets a little more than needed. Down to about the 20-yard line, pick up a 5. So McDonald's adding his number in here, getting on the stats. Central Bucks South takes a timeout with 2 minutes, 55 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter. The Titans trying to make a game out of this. 2:55. So it's going to be 1st and 10 on return. right, we're back. Central Buck South comes out first and 10. 3 receivers, McDonald and Bose in the backfield. Looks like it's going to be a direct snap right to Bose. Nope, it does go to McDonald. Throws it deep. Touchdown. Had number 1. Had Mike Finnegan right across the middle for the touchdown. So in the drive, number 1, Mike Finnegan has 2 catches for 41 yards and putting the ball in the end zone for the touchdown. Flag on the play. Let's see what the call is. Offsides, lining up in the neutral zone, possibly. So it's going to make an even closer chip shot for number 19, Chester Steinberg. Kick is up and looks good. So the score now 26-21, Norristiown. Got to look for an onside kick here. Onside kick. Central Buck South can try and get the ball back. See if they can put the score in for into the end zone in the last 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Norristown's going to have their hands unit out there. All receivers, guys with good hands that they can return this. They can recover the onside kick coming up by Central Buck South. Key to the onside kick is to get that, kick the top of the ball so it goes down on the ground and you get a nice high bounce to kind of put it up for grabs. It's going to have to go 10 yards, though, for it to be a jump ball so anybody can grab it. If it doesn't go 10 yards, then only Norristown can grab it. So let's see. Here we go. I'm sure they practice in the games or in practice. Let's see. There's the hop. It goes. Doesn't get the 10 yards. So Norristown picks it up at about the 49-yard line. He had the right idea, didn't kick it hard enough or far enough. It got that nice bounce.